Curb appeal. If you're going to pay attention to one thing when you're selling a house and staging, this is the thing to pay attention to. And the reason curb appeal is so important, it's the very first impression that someone gets. So this house actually has really nice curb appeal from a distance. The ivy's really pretty, the landscaping is lush, it's got good height. But when you dig down into it, then there's details in here and you can lose a deal not only from the outset of it, but from the inside when you start looking at the details of curb appeal. So let's go take a look. So your potential buyer, when they're coming in here, every one of them is going to come in and park in the driveway. And the first thing they're going to see is they're going to look down here at the sidewalk. So look at how discolored it is and how worn it is. Then you get to the driveway. The driveway's uniform, but the driveway, it needs to be freshened up. The paint here is old. It's also more of a dated color. We're going to, this is more of a beige, and we're seeing more grays and modern type of a look. And then if you look along here, the landscaping needs sprucing up. It's lush and everything with green, but you've got a lot of dead leaves in here. So you need a landscaper out here and you need to get a painting quote. So right after the buyer looks down at the driveway, second thing they do is they look at the garage, and the numbers here are pretty nice and evident. The light looks really good. And then they go and look at the walkway. And the walkway, again, it's worn in here, and then your leaves in here are old, and there's no mulch in here. So buyer's starting to make an impression now at this point. Driveway's not taken care of. They're not taking care of their lawn in here. Paint's worn off. And that's starting to say to them, I wonder what else in the house isn't taken care of. Have they not taken care of the AC unit? How is the age of the roof old? Is there any water leaks? So things like that are starting to formulate an opinion on. As you get deeper into the walkway, and this is all happening in a matter of seconds, you really need pressure cleaning in here. Everything in here, there's a lot of brown and black spots, and you can even see some mold in here, more leaves in here. The potted plants are terrific because it gives a nice backdrop in here, but then you've got no flowers in here, and you need some bursts of color. And start looking at detail around here. The hose should be kept away and organized. Then if you look in here, these orchids are wonderful, but the problem is the orchids aren't in season. So you need to spend some money and buy some fresh orchids because your buyer is coming today, they're not coming in 3 months. Yeah, I don't feel too welcome with that. Time to get a new doormat. $29.99 will get you a nice, bright, classy doormat that'll feel really good. You want to get something where they can brush their feet too, because if they're tracking in mud into the house, that's going to leave an impression. If you start looking at the front door in here has mold on it, needs pressure cleaning, probably needs a coat of paint. Even the door handles need replacing. Brass isn't in, so go do something a little bit more modern. If you swing around the camera over here, that's a $12 doorbell. Somebody's going to spend a lot of money on a house. They're looking for something that leaves a better impression. So these are not big dollars, $29 over here, $50 over here, talking about a fresh coat of paint. But if it doesn't look good in that 15, 30 seconds when they're coming up to the door waiting to go in, immediately they're not going to want the house.